race fans here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. It is All-Star Weekend here in the Triple M Pulling Truck Series. My name is William Tiller here tonight. For the time being, I am joined by a guy that's working two jobs here tonight, producer and broadcaster here in the Nazareth 360 Racing Network, Mr. Adam Flieger. Here tonight, Adam, we get a little break in this season. We're coming in Joey Doucette dominating here at the top of the table, but right now the drivers get to have a little fun in the non-points race. What do you expect to see here tonight, Adam?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. This is a tight raceway, as you see there on the track map. It doesn't look as tight on the map as what it actually feels. I don't see these drivers really getting out of second gear too much going around this speedway. As we get ready to roll here this evening, I'm going to go ahead and get our grid up here for us so you can see the starting grid.
All right. Yeah, let's rock and roll with that official starting grid here in the Triple M Pulling Truck Series All-Star Race. At the pole position, we have the number 81, Taylor Peacock. In second, we have the 20 of Jose Luis Rivera. Third, we have the 45 of Dana Shepard. Fourth, we have the 23 of Stephen Thomas. Fifth, we have the 29 of the Animal, Keith Bradley. Sixth, we have the 21 of Trey Pitts. Seventh, we have Robbie Richards in the 48 machine. Eighth, we have the 5 of Jacob Klinkard. Ninth, we have the 37 of Raul Meza. 10th, we have Chris Blanchard in the 9. That rounds out our top 10. You want to pick it up there, Adam, in the 11th? Yes, sir. So we'll pick it up in the 11th position with our points leader here in this All-Star break, Joey Doucette. In the 13th position right there, we have Jeff Sickles. 14th, Michael McKinnon. 15th, Blake Lothian. 16th, Chris Cinnamon. 17th, Justin Lumpkin. 18th, Ron Hunter. 19th, Eric Zimmerman. And our top 20 is CJ Fonda. We have, running out our starting grid here tonight, the 21st position, Huck Whittington, Cody Knott, Brandon Bullock, and Derek Klingor rounds out our 24 truck field here tonight in the All-Star race as we creep into corners 3 and 4. The action will officially kick off here tonight as Taylor Peacock and the 81 machine will take us green flag racing here at North Wilkesboro. Excited to see what the drivers have in store for the folks at home as we go back to the grassroots racing of NASCAR here as the NASCAR real life all-star racing taking place here at North Wilkesboro. Creeping down the backstretch right now. We'll see some of the favorites in tonight's race. Blake Lothian has to be one. You look at other names, the likes of Keith Bradley in the 29. Chris Blanchard's been on a hot streak here lately as well. Watch out for your favorite drivers. Got to keep in mind, though, no fast repairs. Very tight racing here tonight. On that truck, you might be out of contention. We'll watch right now as the pace track pulls off. Taylor Peacock is ready. Barney's ready. We're ready up here in the booth as he gets loose on the jump. As we're down to corners 1 and 2 already.
Looks like the 81 definitely got a nice jump there on that start.
There on the start, almost went right into Jose Luis Rivera, and that's right now. Taylor Peacock takes it on for the first time. Right now, as we're single file down the back. Battle for position right there. Adam, as already drivers battling here at North Wilkesboro. 360 Racing Network. We see how tight it is already here. Adam, you see the Animal in the 29 machine right there working with Jacob Klinkart in the 5s right there as well. You're going to see the 11 right there rocking a throwback paint scheme, rocking back the scrubs in the 11. Oh man, big pile up there, Adam. How did we miss that?
That's what I was trying to get on the replay here for us to see.
Now it's Derek Klingor in that 11, excuse me there. Going to collect with the likes of Cody Knott. Looks like they're on the scoring pylon.
And Zach Hartwig.
Zach Hartwig as well. Man, big pile up here. I'm surprised that didn't bring out a caution on the racetrack. Watch it right now here again on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. And just very tight right there, Adam. I can't tell who's at fault there. It's just a very tricky situation to go 3 wide and keep that line down into the corner.
Yeah, it kind of almost looked like Cody did not hold the line down there to the bottom side. This is a tight track, and then to try to go 3 wide does not always work in the favor of the drivers.
Yeah, that's going to be a real bummer there for Cody not in that 26, who I'd say in this series has just trying to get the ball rolling here, just try to get some momentum. Not going to be a good all-star break for that 26 machine. Probably going to be an early night for the 26. Cody Knott does a lot here at Nazareth, so maybe a night off from racing might not be so bad. We might see that 26 back out on the racetrack, depending on the damage there.
Yeah, I'm looking here. Looks like hold on.
And we'll see right now here, as we're still watching the replay. We'll jump back live here at the action at North Wilkesboro here at the North Nazareth. Oh, we are under caution there, Adam. Looks like they did throw a caution right there.
Oh, yes, they most certainly did. And I think night's going to be ended for Derek Kilgore and Zach Hartwick, but we'll have to wait and see. As you've said many times here with the Nazareth series, we do not run any fast repairs, so unfortunately I think those guys' nights are going to be ended.
Yeah, not at all. It makes these races very difficult. You know, if you do get damage, Adam, I found out firsthand when I tried to get behind the wheel of an Xfinity car last night. You incur any damage, of course, you can sit down pit road, try to fix it up, try to scrape out a good finish. But once that truck is out of commission, you cannot drive that thing around, and you're not meeting minimum speed, Adam. You might be asked to park it, or that truck might not be drivable at all, and you have no way to repair it. I think that makes these races a little bit more technical. It makes these drivers really keep these trucks clean throughout. But right now, we're just a few laps in, just about 6 laps into this race. No change at the top of the grid right now, as Taylor Peacock's going to prefer that high side now, Adam. Why do you think that is here?
That high side might give him a little better start here off the flag stand. See, he gets a really nice start going down in the corner. I think the high side's where it's going to actually prevail tonight.
Yeah, you can't miss that 81 machine rocking that lime green paint scheme as he's going down the backstretch right now. Rocket restart here down to 3 and 4. I feel a little bit of heat there to his inside, though. I think he's going to carry that momentum off of 4. Just that big run off of 4 there. Adam, looks like that's where he's getting that speed out of the 81.
Most definitely. It is tough to get that speed out of the bottom of the corner, as well as these trucks turn through that upper side on that high line where you see that 81 running currently. He's able to get that momentum coming off the corner and back down here into corner 1 again. Caution's back out.
Caution is out here at North Wilkesboro, our second caution of the night here at the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. I'm going to take a look at that on the pole instant replay here, as Mr. Adam Flieger is going to get you the best shot of what brought out the caution flag here. As we take a look out of the corner right now, Adam, which has been very tight all race long. Looks like it's just going to be Jacob Klinkart in the 5, is going to make contact with the animal of Keith Bradley in the 29. Looks like an accidental contact there. Adam coming out of the corner, trying to hold that line. The truck just got a little loose. We have to ride on board with that 5 just to see if there's any movement out of that wheel. Watch here from that drone point of view. That 5, Jacob Klinkart to the inside. Keith Bradley on the top side right there, rocking basically the middle lane as we come off of 4. Klinkart's trying to get that line, that exit, get back on the gas pedal. Ooh, that's an excellent shot right there, Adam. I think we might see a little bit of a toe drag, if you will, toe drag and net code here at the Nazareth 360 Racing Network.
Yeah, it definitely did look a little bit of unfortunate net code as we see it there with the 29 and the 5.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in to your first broadcast here in iRacing, netcode is a pesky rodent that we can't get rid of here in iRacing. It's when they deem a contact between 2 drivers, when drivers are just close enough, but there's no contact actually made. iRacing will, that's what we all like to call netcode. They'll think there's contact, which we just saw right there when there wasn't. And Adam, sometimes that happens on super speedway races when they're 3-4 wide.
Yeah, and another thing is it happens sometimes at these short tracks. I was in a Whelen modified official race one time on iRacing, and I had like 5 feet between me and the driver underneath me, and I had that could rear its ugly head. And there was a whole lane of car between me and the other driver.
As we cruise here across the start finish line here, our second caution of the night here on the Navs, our 360 Racing Network. I think, Adam, it's time to break down for the folks at home how we're going to break down this all-star race here tonight. Looking at the stage laps here, we're going to run 50 laps in stage number 1. Easy math here tonight, Adam. Stage number 2 will end on lap 100. That's 50 laps in between 1 and 2. Total laps will be 150, and folks, that's 50 laps in between stage 2 into the end of the race. So 50, 50, 50 here tonight. Adam, easy math for the folks at home and for us up here in the booth.
We like easy math.
Yes, we do, and the drivers will be rocking with 3 sets of tires here tonight. We talked about that no fast repair and 100% fuel capacity. These drivers basically just out here having a bit of fun, but also want to win this all-star race here tonight. The base lights are off of the base truck here at North Wilkesboro. We've had a quick 2 cautions in a row. See if we can keep the action clean. Here's Taylor Peacock still on top of the grid. Jose Luis Rivera still to his inside. Nothing's changed at the top of the grid. We'll see if Taylor Peacock can get that line. Green machine rocking and rolling once again over green flag racing down to corner 1. Side-by-side battle down at the entry of 3 and 4 right now. Jose Luis Rivera said, I like these cautions, gives me an ability to reel in the 81. He's still to the inside of the box to start finish line. We have a battle for you lead though. No, Taylor Peacock just going to snatch that lead with a big overdrive for Jose into 1 and 2. Now Taylor Peacock by himself. Penthouse position in 3 and 4.
Looks like drivers start to single out now as we come across start-finish line down into 1.
You see the 24. That's Stephen Thompson, 23. Just can't find a lane. Keeps trying to ask for help. Maybe a few drivers can check up and let him in. He does get let in there. And that third position just not looking comfortable on the track. Thompson to take us down to corner 1. Adam, you touched on it there. Now single file lane. This is that Nokia snake phone game here going around North Wilkesboro.
I think our first battle is here between the 53 and the 42. That is the 53 of Fonda and the 42 of Osborne.
This is an all-star break and a break in the action of the regular season. It's an opportunity, Adam, if you possibly have the graph, if you could throw it up on the screen of the point standings coming into this race here for the Triple M Pulling Truck Series. We'll take a look at that here. So we have a few battles on the racetrack, pretty much single file here early on into this race. We have a surprise at the top of the grid here in the point standings. Look at that, Joey Doucette here coming out 10 starts, 1 pole, no wins on the season, but 6 top 5s, 8 top 10s. Second in that points table. Look at him with 5 top 10s, or 5 top 5s, 8 top 10s. 2 drivers with a couple wins this season. Chris Cinnamon has 2 wins on the season in that 3 machine. Impressive wins at that, winning at Atlanta not too long ago. We also look at Adam Hubert, has 3 wins on the season. But further down that points table, Stephen Leck has 2 wins. Christopher Blanchard, just talked about that 9 machine, getting hot when it matters, has a win on the season as well. And Adam, I know you're just a producer here, but you also have a bird's eye point of view of the action here every week. What are some of the names that stand out in that points table for you?
Well, I know we always keep an eye on that, and, you know, as you say, the money man of Adam Newbert, but there's some other names also of, I got to keeping an eye on the retro action here on the track, so it might be better to ask me that under caution. Maybe we can take a better look at that points table here for the folks at home. As we had a battle going on for second position, Stephen Thomas Uber takes Jose Luis Rivera for third. Now he's working on the leader.
Yeah, and I just talked about it a little while ago, that 23 machine looks to be a raging bull on the racetrack here. Shout out to Robert De Niro, as the 23 machine just keeps wanting to run from underneath. Steven, you know, we saw him battling through positions. He couldn't find lanes. I think he just has so much speed underneath him. He had to check up huge right there to the 81 on the exit of 2 right there. the 23 machine of Stephen Thomas definitely has a rocket underneath him. We'll watch right here. Ron Hunter in the 30. He's going to get a little entangled there. Hit the grass. That's an off-road incident right there. Oh, my goodness. And tries to get back on the gas pedal just a little bit too strong there on the front stretch. And have a little bit more damage than he wanted there, Adam.
Yeah, definitely. I was wondering how that was going to play out there. As he entered the corner, we saw him catch the grass, but coming off, you got to be real careful with that gas feed on the bottom of the racetrack coming off of the corners. If you get into it too quick, you are going to be able to send that truck around without any problems.
Yeah, right now is the 30 machine's going to try to catch back up with the pack here. Probably going to get down pit road, get that damage repaired. Going to have to sit down there a little while, Adam. I do proceed, but that does bring out a caution here on the racetrack. That's Taylor Peacock still leading the way. We've had a couple of battles inside the top 5. Stephen Thomas now up to 2nd. Jose has dropped down to 3rd right there on the racetrack here at North Wilkesboro. This is officially the All-Star break here in the Triple M Pulling Truck Series. And Adam, we'll jump back to that question I asked you just a little while ago. What are some of the names that jump out to you here at this points table here at this All-Star break?
A couple of them that stand out to me is the likes of Chris Cinnamon, Chris Blanchard. They're all at the top. But I also wouldn't count on people like Keith Bradley or even like Devin Painter and Dan Hagan. I mean, they're still in the top 10 of the points.
Yeah, you know, right now there's a few drivers I think like you just touched on that could really come on strong. You look at Brandon Bullock right there in the 19th position. You get a few results in, a couple wins there. Of course, one win could light a fire underneath it, get you going. Cody Knott right there in 13th. We just saw Cody early on get tangled up there. Jose Luis Rivera right now inside the top 3. Got a good finish here tonight. An all-star break that should lead you into that points race next week here, next Friday. A little bit of confidence, get you rolling once again. You know, very interesting points table here. We look at Joey Doucette right there in 4th. Adam Newert, the money man, right there on top. Chris Cinnamon in 2nd. So, you know, look at 3 wins for Adam Newert, 2 wins there, 1 win. Very interesting points table, Adam, here at the all-star break. As we're still under caution here on the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. No change at the top of the great Taylor Peacock still leading the way in the 81 machine. Stephen Thomas, though, we've seen him. Adam has a little bit of speed underneath him there. He has to hold on to it into the corners. He has to try to find lanes for that thing. But I think if he can get that a wild horse out into the free plains, if you will, he can let that thing gallop.
You speaking of the 23 of Stephen Thomas?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he definitely, if he can get the clean air on the front of that truck and be able to get a good charge there on the 81, I think he has a chance to lead a few.
And I think right here, the most important aspect is this restart. We've seen the 81 out and just rocket out of the gates every restart. The last restart, though, trouble there, had to fight a little bit more traffic. But right now, the pace truck pulls off. Taylor Peacock's going to get on the gas here. Quick, fast, in a hurry. He takes the green flag. Down to corner number 1, a rocket restart. He's all by himself once again. Though we have a battle for second raging on. Stephen Thomas right there in that 23 machine trying to hold on. Down the backstretch right now. A little loose there on the entry of 3. Apex of 3 and 4. Jose here comes to the inside as 1 lap on the green is in the books.
And it looks like Jose Luis Rivera is trying to hold on to that 3rd position, battling with the 27 of Gray Pitts. He's 27 on the truck, but 21 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, right there you see Chris Blanchard already back up in the mix. Whoa! Big pile up here at North Wilkesboro on the exit of 4. Big, huge pile up. Lots of trucks involved. I'm counting at least 8 or 9 here on the racetrack. Keith Bradley's going to pull off there. Looking at the 45 machine, and Dana Shepard's going to pull off. Heavy damage. The 22 machine right there, heavy damage. A lot of trucks we just saw involved in that. Adam, as we're under caution here once again. And just take a look here, the NASCAR 360 Racing Network may have been the end of the night for your favorite driver here in the All-Star race. Oh man, Adam, it's just We'll have to take another angle or another look at that to see if there was a checkup on the exit of the corner, if somebody may have had an issue that caused that, because it looked like there may have been somebody sideways there on the exit of 4, and it just may have caused a chain reaction down the racetrack. Take a look here. We'll jump through the camera angles, give you the best shot. Yeah, right there. That's an excellent shot. Can't really see who that is, but it looks like a driver on the top side lane. Gonna try to rock that same line as everybody else. You see that draft line behind him. Looks like an all-white truck. Hard to see.
That is going to be the 45 of Dana Shepard.
Oh, the 45 Danish Shepherd there. You see he's going to try to rock that lane. Does he get any contact there? Hard to see. But the 45 there essentially is going to get sideways right there in the racing lane. And for how tight it is here at North Wilkesboro, it's going to be a huge pileup on the exit of 4. And Adam, for me, it's hard to see if there was any contact there, if the 45 may have just felt a little bit of something and just tried to break out of that situation. Well, watch here. That's an excellent shot there from right. Oh yeah, that's the one right there, Adam. That's that front bumper point of view. Oh, that's the front hood point of view here, the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. We'll see right there. That's the middle lane. That's Joey Doucette right there. The 16 machine's gonna yeah, there definitely was a little bit of contact there, Adam.
Just a little bit of contact, and it don't take much here on these tight turns of North Wilkesboro to send the truck sideways.
It really doesn't, and for how tight it is, on another racetrack that may have just been a single car incident, it could have just pulled off with no issues, but you have one car getting sideways, the 45, that's just going to cause a chain reaction there. Looks like everybody checked up, and that just caused the dominoes to start to fall, and be curious to see whose night is over here based on that damage in that wreck. I know I saw the 29 Keith Bradley. He was involved in an early on accident. See where he's going to land on the grid. He's going to drop down to the 15th position. That's dropping 10 spots from the drop of the green flag. You have to remember, folks, so this is a non-points event. It's the All-Star race here. The drivers are still racing for, I believe it is cash here tonight, Adam, here in this All-Star race.
I cannot confirm that, but I don't know the inner workings that well.
Well, we'll find out. Whoever wins this race, we'll ask them what they win here. Big field, though, for an all-star race, as we're going to go back under green. Taylor Peacock on the outside takes the green flag. Down the corner, number 1, can't miss that line. Green machine is going to rock the inside lane around 1 and 2 here, down the back stretch. These things are tight right there for the podium, as we have a battle for the lead, raging into turns 3 and 4. Oh my goodness. Steve Thomas at 23 is trying to let that horse gallop and be free. Trying to get door to door with the 81 machine as we come off of 2 down the backstretch with 10 laps to go here.
He's trying to go door to door with the 81. And meanwhile, Trey Pitts is battling Chris Blanchard there for that 3rd position.
As it looks like 5 o'clock traffic in the 2nd position. A lot of bounces. Jose gets sideways right on the entry of the corner. Could have been disastrous there.
Definitely could have. As we saw with that 45, you get a truck sideways, it closes off 2 lanes of racing, and there's just nowhere for others to go.
Yeah, you see the Richardson's climbing up the grid right now. He's right where he started. I did see him falter early on to start this race, now climbing back up. He's door to door right now with Jose Luis Rivera, who was a top 3 truck early in this run. Now 43 laps and starting to slide down to top 10. As we battle raging on in front of this 48 machine. You see Raul Meza here to the top side. The battle's a lot of damaged trucks though, Adam, as you can tell from these camera angles.
Oh yeah, a lot of people have already got, a lot of drivers already have some beating and banging going on with their trucks. And we see the front end of Chris Blanchard there in 3rd position.
We have a battle for the lead raging on right now. Stephen Thomas tries once again to the inside of the 81 and Taylor Peacock. Taylor Peacock has rented out the penthouse for the start of this race right now, as I thought there was contact there in the entry at 3 and 4. The 23 of Stephen Thomas keeps trying to the inside, trying to make the lead. uncomfortable as he can here with 5 laps to go in stage 1. Overdrives the corner though as the 81 is going to get a bit of a run down the backstretch. 81 trying to close out stage number 1 here as he has virtually led every lap so far.
Hey, with the 4 laps to go, we're coming around, 3 laps to go this time by. At 23, definitely is trying to get everything he can to get underneath the 81 and try to get that lead.
As the 81 here just trying to bob and weave, just trying to shake and bake his way to a stage number 1 victory here as we see a battle rage on right now as things are tight. They're on the corner. This is inside the top 10.
Well, this is farther back in the field. I'm trying to see. I was hearing some radio chatter that somebody could be blowing up.
Hey, see Ron Hunter right there. This is exactly right. This is just outside the top 20. You see the 45 Dana Shepard involved in the early accident there. 30 Ron Hunter right there as well. We're 3 wide on the racetrack here. Huck Whittington is going to be right in the middle. We have a 3 wide. Adam going down to the corner. See what happened there. Adam, as we were 3 wide. Double zero. Huck Whittington was stuck in the middle. These are drivers that are probably racing on thin ice at the back of the pack here. But as we 2 laps to go here in stage number 1, Taylor Peacock gets loose. He gets loose on the backstretch. There's contact between the 23 of Stephen Thomas and the 81 of Taylor Peacock. The 23 of Stephen Thomas goes to the inside here off of 4. Oh my goodness, they hit doors right on the entry of 1 and 2. Caution is out. That's the end of the stage.
That's the stage. I think the 23 got him there at the end of the stage.
I think so too there, Adam. I think Stephen Thomas gets the stage victory as things got a little spicy there at the start-finish line. Stephen Thomas wins the stage here. Still registering Taylor Peacock there, but it could have been razor close there. Chris Blanchard's going to be 3rd. Trey Pitts 4th. Robbie Richards 5th. Raul Mezin in the 37. Good run so far here tonight, up to 6th. Chris Cinnamon 7th. Ed Osborne at 42. 8th. Jacob Klinkart 9th. And Jose Luis Rivera will round out our top 10. But as the drivers head down pit road, they're going to take a short break, and so will we here in the Nazareth 360 Race Network. We'll be right back here at the All-Star Race, the Triple M Pulling Truck Series here from North Wilkesboro. Welcome back, race fans, to the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. We just saw the conclusion of stage number 1 here in the Triple M Pulling Truck Series All-Star Race here in North Wilkesboro. bit of a fireworks show there at the end between the 81 of Taylor Peacock, the 23 of Stephen Thomas. From our vantage point, it looked like the 23 may have gotten it there. Scoring pylon had the 81. Will shall see no points on the line here tonight, just stage victories. I think both drivers want to take home the checkered flag here tonight as we're rolling around the racetrack. My name is William Tiller. Here tonight, I am joined by a man working 2 positions here tonight, Adam Flieger. But here we go. Big truck is off. The 81 of Taylor Peacock gets on the gas pedal, takes us into corner number 1 with Big Flag Racing. But as we're starting to pile up, no, we keep it clean into 1 and 2 as the 81 will now take us down the back.
I don't think Raul was very pleased with that start.
There, we'd have to say is the driver just has bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. Sandwiched now on about the tight ropes there on the top side lane. 37 does not like where he's at now down the backstretch.
That most definitely. We saw Chris Williams get into there at the start, followed by, I think there was another truck that also pushed him up a little farther into the wall. So not the start Raul hasn't wanted for that restart at all.
Now after finishing 6th in the stage, number 1 to 37 now has a little damage on the front of that truck. Got hold positions now as goes to the inside of Joey Doucette in the 16. He's not having momentum there. He's going to go door with the 16. And we jump back up to the top of the grid right now. Taylor Peacock still leading the way. He feels that pressure, Adam, as we're into 3 and 4. Now from Chris Blanchard in the 9 up there, putting it on our race leader.
Chris Blanchard's trying to get up there to that leader. I don't know if that damage on the nose of that truck's holding him back a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see how his night goes.
Yeah, and I'd have to say, Adam, you know, like I said, even though you may not be a commentator in these broadcasts, you join us on every broadcast. Chris Blanchard, whether it's here in the Triple M Pulling Truck Series or across the other NASCAR series, I say Chris is starting to find something behind the wheel. He's starting to really get some wins and some great finishes here in the company these past couple weeks. As the 37 under caution once again. Sorry about that, Adam. As the 37 machine of Raul Meza is going to go nose first into that inside, I'd have to say, a steel fence there, Adam, as we're under caution once again.
Oh, was this another bump from the 16?
As we take a look, the 16 of Joey Doucette there. That one's a little bit more tough for me there, Adam. It's hard for me to say up here in the booth as these two drivers were coming off of corner number 2. The 37 was on the inside. Joey Doucette looks to be rocking that middle lane. Not too high on the racetrack there. He's going to follow the draft lane of the 29 of Keith Bradley right in front of him. See if there is any incidental contact. Ooh, that's hard to say there, Adam, because the 37 was coming off at his line, coming up at the racetrack, getting ready for the entry of 3. Maybe just didn't see the 16 there.
Yeah, definitely hard to tell.
String of bad luck continues for the 37 of Raul Meza. It's a non-points event. Adam, it's an event, I have to say, meant to be fun. Have a little fun inside your truck with none of that point stress on your mind or weighing you down. Of course, you want to win the race, but for the 37, this is not fun here tonight. Another scraped up racetrack.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't know who he has for a painter, but I'm sure his painter likes him.
Sure he does indeed, and maybe it's time for a different paint scheme on that 37. Maybe the same colors, just freshen it up a little bit. Maybe the trick to crack that bad luck the 37 is going. But here we're under caution once again, stage 2.
Maybe keep the same design, but change the green out for something else. That might help.
Ah, see, I like the green and orange though. It's the University of Miami Hurricane colors. as they
It
play the
looks
final
good, but
four
you know,
tomorrow.
I've heard many race car drivers say that green is bad luck. You never want to race a green race car.
So that could have been my problem last night, Adam. I had green on my race car. As Adam Flieger all of a sudden goes quiet about my performance last night in the over the top design Xfinity Series. Decided to get behind the wheel for the first time, and folks, I have to tell you, this was by far the hardest racing simulator that I've ever tried in my life. And I have tried just about every simulator. This thing is the real deal. I got a chance to see what these drivers go through, Adam, and I felt like Ricky Bobby in the scene where he said, were those the other cars going by? Because it felt like that's how fast they were going by me. Right now, as Chris Blanchard takes us around corner number 4, he'll take the green flag. Let's go back racing here in North Wilkesboro, down corner number 1.
And I wouldn't count Trey Pitts out, as he's been a strong contender all night as well.
Shake up at the top of the grid right now. A new leader on the racetrack, Chris Blanchard. We had some movers and shakers early on. We have now shaken out of those drivers as there's contact there from Trey Pitts in the 21. Trey has been a mainstay though here in the top 5. You see that? 27 on the truck, 21 in your programs. Really mix and shake up there with those leaders. Now finds himself in second right behind the 9 here in the late stages as he gets loose there on that front stretch. Late stages at stage number 2.
He's got about 30 laps to go here within stage 2. I believe, if I'm counting my laps correctly.
Laps fly by here in North Wilkesboro as Chris Blanchard takes us off for another lap in the books right there. Take a look at our early leaders on the racetrack. Jose Luis Rivera now down to 8th right there. Look at Steven Thompson now down to 4th at 23 machine. And we look down the grid even more there. Taylor Peacock in that 81. What happened there? Now there must be some breaking news here in this race. The 81 machine looks to be parked on pit road 3 laps down.
Yeah, somebody's wondering if he lost power in his area.
Oh, that is such a shame for the 81 of Taylor Peacock. We hope everything is okay. I hope it's not a storm or something going through his area there. But it's a shame for it looked like what took the Thompson run.
We'll have to see if we can get a hold of somebody. Maybe they can give us a little insight on what happened there with Taylor.
That would have been so nice for the 81. You can't guarantee a victory there because as you see the field's getting a little bit more aggressive here. The tires were definitely was in contention here. Would have been just a good confidence booster for a driver, maybe just not having the season that he wants to have. Now that's an interesting way to take that corner there, Adam. Chris Blanchard in the 9. Looks to be that truck may be getting away from him just a little bit here as the 27. And Trey Pitts is going to go to the inside right there.
And we got 3 laps here, or 3 trucks about to go a lap down.
Yeah, already now drivers in. Oh my goodness, Adam. Now I'll ask you here, that's an interesting way to take those corners out of the 9. Could it be maybe the tires are starting to go?
It very well could.
Across the start finish line right here, Adam. It's very interesting the way he takes 1 and 2. Oh no, back to running a conservative line there. Maybe we just had to do it for a few laps to take some pressure off those tires. Lap. No, as we're on lap 78 here, Jacob Burkhardt in that 5. You know, you just touched on it, Adam. Already a few drivers a lap down here tonight. Maybe some of your favorite drivers. That's unfortunate. Like Dan Hagan in the 39, a lap down there in 19th position. And Osborne a lap down as well, that 42. That means Boston dropping a good flag into it. Ron Hunter, we saw the issues just not too long ago. He's down 3 laps here, trying to 21st position. Eric Zimmerman down 4 laps in the 94 machine. Jeff Sickles in that 22. Very surprising DNF for that 23rd. Be about 8 laps down. Raul Meza looks to be back out on the racetrack in that 37. Taylor Peacock. We hope everything is okay. Sounds from reports that he may have lost power. Not only to his truck on the racetrack there, Adam, but his whole power system at home as well. And we wish all the best to the 81 of Taylor Peacock. We had a good run going here, but here 81 laps in. Now the gate is wide open for anybody else to win the All-Star race here in the Triple M Boeing Truck Series. You see the 48 of Robbie Richards up there as well.
48 of Robbie Richards, he's making a good run at it tonight as we are moving up through the grid here.
Just touched on it there, up 3 spots with a drop of the green flag. He did falter a little bit here early on, had to work back up through there. But we like hard work here at the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. We like hard chargers. We like drivers that like to fight through adversity to get those victories the hard way. And we have quite the battle here between two NASCAR mainstays, Chris Blanchard and Robbie Richardson, door to door into 3 and 4. It's going to follow the line of the 48 of Rob. It's going to hit that inside wall. We'll have to see what happened there. It may have just been a little bit of a commentator's curse there, Adam. Not sure what happened, if there was some contact on the back bumper. No caution out here at North Wilkesboro. The 9 just going to try to get that thing back into gear, back up to speed. Just unfortunate there, Adam.
Very unfortunate indeed. That 23 has now made its way out front. He looks, he's been looking good all night. Truck I thought would look good out front once he hit the clean air, and he seems to be liking the clean air now.
And I think one sleeper of tonight's race, I think we have to look at here. Maybe not running the fastest lap times, but Justin Lumpkin, last time headed down pit road lap 63. So he's going to have a lot fresher equipment here. These leaders, I'd have to assume, are going to pit, maybe go round close to the end of stage number 2, which will happen at lap 100 at Century Mark. Justin Lumpkin just quietly up 7 spots with a drop of the green flag. Currently 11, just 1 spot out of the top 10. As you watch your favorite drivers here at the Triple M Boeing Truck Series, this is the All-Star Race. The opportunity for the drivers to maybe take a little bit of the stress out of the race here tonight. Don't have to worry about those points. Don't have to worry about the playoffs. You have to remember, keep it in the back of your mind that after tonight's race, we're going to have 5 races to those playoff races.
And as we come down to those 5 races, that should bring some exciting racing as well as we get closer to the playoffs.
Oh, it should, Adam. As March Madness is rounding up, I think everybody loves a good bracketed style of tournament, elimination, playoff racing. That's what we love here at NASCAR as we're in the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series playoffs on Monday nights. Every couple weeks we eliminate drivers, Adam, and it just makes that second race or third race as there's contact there between Trey Pitts and Joey Doucette. Gosh, Joey Doucette, that 16's a magnet here tonight. No fault of his own. Just bouncing off them here on the racetrack. But just back to what I was saying there, Adam, I believe that second or third race, it's a more interactive race. The fans at home, you get to see if they're going to make it into the next round or be eliminated from the championship contention.
Let's definitely, as we are getting tight back here at the back, getting around lap traffic.
Traffic trying to ease back on the racetrack there on the backstretch. Chris Simon in the 3, now trying to back up with the 29. Keith Bradley, the animal on the racetrack, has had some issues, but there he is back out on the racetrack. The 81 of Taylor Peacock has restored power to that truck, restored power to his power system at home. What kind of finish he can scrape out of the 81 as he's back on the racetrack. But the
somebody's blown up.
Somebody has blown up on the racetrack here. We're getting that across the radio. Blown engine on the racetrack here with just a few laps to go in stage number 2. Looks to be looking down the racetrack.
I'm going to say with the 30 of Ron Hunter that blew up.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does look to be Ron Hunter in that 30. But right now, we have a close battle raging on the racetrack. Oh my goodness, right there. Stephen Thomas in the 23s on the high side. Robbie Rich in the 48 low side on the racetrack right now. This is a battle for the lead raging on as we're closing out stage number 2. These drivers are beating and banging on the doors just like what we had in stage number 1 between the 23 and the 81 of Taylor Peacock. There goes the 29 to the inside of Trey Pitts on the entry of 3 and 4. This is a battle for a top 5 finish here in stage number 2. Joey just in front of them on 8 spots from the drop of the green flag, currently in that podium spot. Adam, as we close out stage number 2, this race is raging on here at North Wilkesboro.
And raging on as it were through turn 3 and 4 here. It looks like the 48 is back underneath the 23 of Stephen Thomas. Down the front stretch as they try to battle down here to turn 1. The 48 is still under the 23, trying to find a way.
Yeah, just trying to find a way as you just see the first slightest of contact between these two. Now and then as they just try to be mindful of each other on the corner, but a huge, clean, crispy corner out of the 48 of Robbie Richards. He's going to take that momentum into 1, try to ride it on the inside lane down the backstretch here as we have 2 laps to go in stage number 2. That 48 has come out of nowhere, fought through that adversity as we come off of 4. He's going to take the 1 to go in stage number 2.
1 to go here in stage 1. This is the final lap. 48 of Robbie Richards is out front, followed by that number 23 of Stephen Thomas, who's been strong all night this evening. And where did he come from? Joey Doucette is now up to 3rd.
Joey Doucette right up to 3rd. It's been quiet right there, but Robbie Richards has not, as he wins stage number 2. Stephen Thomas 2nd. We look at Joey Doucette 3rd, and the animal finished 4th. Trey Pitts 5th. Chris Cinnamon in that 3, 6th. Jose Luis Rivera 7th. Michael McKinnon in that 13. There goes Michael. You were talking about him off air here tonight. He's up to 8th. CJ Fonda on the 53 is up to 9th, and Jacob Klinkart will round out our top 10 here in stage number 2. But as the drivers take a break here, they take a breather as we only have just a few laps to go, 50 laps to go here in the Triple M Pulling Truck Series All-Star Race. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back for more live action here at the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. Welcome back, race fans, to the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. We just saw the conclusion of stage number 2 here in the Triple M Pulling Truck Series All-Star Race here tonight. We saw our favorite Taylor Peacock win stage number 1 there, Adam, and then in stage number 2 again we had Stephen Thomas finishing second. Do you think that 23 is eventually going to crack through here at the end of this race?
It's very possible, but I'm seeing some names up here I haven't really seen up here at the front yet for the night. Starting with our current leader there of the CJ Fonda there in the 53. He gets a great restart.
Yeah, CJ Fonda, hard charger here tonight, takes us down into 1 and 2. Have to remember they haven't pitted. They have on those trucks as things are getting dicey into 3 and 4. Big pile up. Oh my goodness. Huck Whittington 0-0. Jose Luis Rivera is going to get tagged up as well. Looks like there's another truck. That's where he's sitting in. That 3 is going to get tagged up on the corner. Things rage on. Then the racetrack though down the backstretch. We're still under green here with less than 50 laps to go in this all-star race. Off of 4. Robbie Richards to the inside. Jacob Coulthard as he gets loose off of 4. Almost touched that top side wall as this race for the lead. Who would have thunk here at this point? Jacob Clinkart, Robbie Richards rigs on down to corner number 3.
Side by side here through the corner.
Side by side for second right now. The battle rages on. The animal is hungry right now as he rages into second. A little bit of contact there between our leader of Robbie Richards and 29, Keith Bradley here as we're going to go 3 wide for third momentarily. Smart there on the racetrack for just a minute. As Joey just said, thought about another 3 wide battle there for 4th. He's not going to do it here as we're going to go down the backstretch. Steven Thompson, 23, is going to clear that lane. He's going to hold on. He's back in the mix inside the top 5 right now. Adam, as we're counting down the laps as their names now battling for the lead.
Most definitely, and that's been a truck I've been quietly keeping an eye on, is that 29 of Keith Bradley. Just for some personal reasons here this evening, but I don't want to give him no commentator curse. I'd like to see that truck finish well. But out front, we do have Robbie Richards, who's been battling hard up through the top 10 this evening.
Yeah, he has been battling hard all night long there. Just been very quiet inside the top 10. Maybe strategizing just a little bit. Adam maybe trying to survive some early on. We've had a few cautions here. We had 2 back-to-back there. Adam, but even late in this race, the action has been pretty clean. Of course, we've had a few trucks get tangled up, maybe just spin out by themselves. Nothing too crazy here, nothing to stop the action. We had 1 big pile up on 3 and 4, but since that point, Adam, things have been very clean.
For the most part, yeah. We got the 23 making a move, trying to get back into that 3rd position, coming down here in the corner number 1. A little closer to 21 or 27 of Trey Pitts. Trey Pitts seems to be having some connection issues, though.
Yeah, and I think whatever internet company he has may have just saved the 23 and Trey Pitts. Stephen Thomas right there in the 23 and Trey Pitts, and that 27, I think it may have just saved both of them. Had he not have blinked out, that would have been major contact between those 2 trucks.
Well, it still could have had contact. You know, that lovely iRacing netcode could have reared its head.
Oh, as you see now, Trey's having a bit of an issue there inside the truck. He just pushes that top side pole. He's trying to lose the handle there as he's just trying to hold on to the top 5 position. Jump back up to the top of the grid here as Melvin going to jump back here. That's the name that I talked about, Adam, coming into this race. That could be a sleeper here in those last 5 races. Brandon Bullock in at 17. He's trying to get a good finish here. Just trying to cruise around right now in 11th. Going to come out of here with top 10, top 8. Could be a real confidence booster leading up to those playoffs.
Most definitely, and I know I'm not one to fully take note on the schedule. Do we have short tracks coming up in the later half of this season?
Exactly. He has put in some work here tonight, up 13 spots in the drop of the green flag, just behind Cody Knox. Top 10, 11 spots from the drop of the green flag. We'll go through that top 10 for you folks watching along with us here at the Nazareth 360 Racing Network as things get tight off. hurry up before we have another big pile up here.
That gives us a new leader coming off a quarter. That is going to be the 29 of Keith Bradley taking the lead.
Ooh, as he just slices his way on the top side there. Welcome over the top on the side of the 29. The animal here is going to try to hold the top side lane. Ooh, oh my goodness, as he gets way loose. He hits some ice on the racetrack here at North Wilkesboro. Holds that thing down though. Bit of skill out of the 29 as now he's going to use that momentum. Watch out for that lap truck. Oh my goodness, Adam, things are getting a little spicy as we come off the field.
Now, these lap trucks definitely can end up being used as a pick for these leaders up here in the top 3, top 4. You can start making some passes that way using the lap trucks to your advantage to pick off the guy in front of you.
And I think all that bad one. Now that the 48 a little used up there. Now he has to maybe switch his mindset just a little bit as we pick up on the lap track. 0 of Huck Whittington.
And there goes the 48.
48 gets loose. Makes contact with a 0. Oh my goodness gracious. I thought he may have been losing that truck, and he did just that on 2.
And that's how quickly he can go from being in second back down to about 6th or 7th.
And folks, the caution flag is out here. I know we had a few pileups, a few spinouts. The caution flag did not fly. That one does warrant a caution there as Robbie Richards was stopped in the racing line. So the caution flag has to fly. And Adam, if we could rewind it there, the 48 was starting to lose it there after battling for the longest time with the 29. And I think the truck was just starting to slide from here. If we can rewind it before this incident, you'll see him maybe hit the brakes way right here as we come off of 2. Keep going just a little bit here. We'll watch it. He's going to check up here off the corner. You see the big checkup. He's already starting to lose the truck on the entry of the corner, and there it is. The truck's already gone on the apex of 1 and 2. And I think from my experience, my one race experience there, Adam, I know once the truck or car in my situation last night starts to get looser, as we're going to watch another truck there starting to just check up from the incident in front of them, get loose as well. It's very hard to control this machine once it starts to get loose from you, Adam. It's now you're starting to fight that momentum. You're starting to, you saw the 48 get it straight, but already had a little bit of a wiggle into the entry 1 and 2.
Yeah, and unfortunately, for me, I don't notice the wiggles as much as some of these. For me, the trucks always feel super tight. I'm a dirt track racer, so I race the 410 sprints, I race the 360 sprints, and I love racing on dirt. Therefore, when I come over to asphalt, I feel super, super tight.
Yeah, as we're here, we're under caution. Pace truck's going to take us around one more time. Pace lights are off. Adam, and it's been me and you here tonight on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Myself, William Tiller. I've been joined by a man who's been very busy here tonight, doing double duty, Adam Flieger. And Adam, I know you're not usually a commentator here, but I want to thank you for doing double duty. Been a pretty exciting race so far here tonight.
It has been pretty exciting, and it's definitely helping my mood a little bit as well. Instead of just sitting here, it is nice once in a while to get up into the booth and actually commentate with one of you guys who do such a great job week in and week out here on the NASRA 360.
Yeah, and as Adam just touched on it there, all week long, we have Monday night series, we have a Thursday night series, we have this Triple M pulling truck series on Friday nights, we have the Millie's Restaurant and Catering Cup Series on Sunday nights. And Adam, I believe there's a couple more series coming up as well. I believe we're going to do a Tuesday night late model series coming up here, and exciting times here in NASRA. And Adam, I believe you have an off-road truck week as well, so a lot of high racing options for the folks that are watching along with us here tonight. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button to keep in touch with all the high racing action. The panel takes the green flag. Keith Bradley, the 29, takes us around 1 and 2. As real big pile up. Oh my goodness, Trey Pitts is now caught by that catch fence, and we're under caution here once again.
We are definitely going to have to take another look at that one.
happened to Trey Pitts there? It looked like he hit a trampoline on the racetrack. Went straight into that catch fence here in North Wilkesboro. Out of the corner. Oh, looks like the 16 was loose on the entry of 3. May have just used that momentum of being loose to make contact with Trey Pitts. And it looks like Trey's going to get the worst end of that. See right here as we come off the backstretch into 3 and 4, we're going to watch this drone camera point of view. See that beautiful shot of Trey Pitts right there in that 27 on that truck, 21 in your programs. You see the 16 of Joey Doucette right there. He's going to get a little bit of a push right there behind him. Did not see that on the first replay. To see who that is there. Can't tell from that shot there. Adam, do you know who that is pushing the 16? Oh, that's Chris Blanchard.
Yeah, that's a 9. That's the 9 of Chris Blanchard.
Just the slightest of, I would say, taps on the left corner panel there. Literally the corner of that truck there. It sent the 16 just the slightest of it at an angle. And unfortunately, like I said, Trey Pitts is just going to be just an innocent driver there on the top side. He's just driving along there, holding his line. He's going to get taken out here. And that's very unfortunate. We've seen a lot of heartbreak here tonight, Adam. It's almost like every time I open the Tinder dating app, a lot of heartbreak going on. Not a lot of likes in that app for me, Adam. But back to the iRacing action here tonight. Trey Pitts was a contender in this race, solid top 5 driver. Here tonight's going to finish just inside or just rounding out our top 20. That's very unfortunate for a driver that showed a lot of speed.
Some chat going across the radio right now trying to figure out who's at blame for that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there. That's going to be 2 drivers there that early on here tonight could have been contenders for that checkered flag. Trey survived all that early race kerfuffle, if you will. He survived it there. He was still in contention inside the top 5, and we'll have to put him in the same category with the 81 of Taylor Peacock, who was an early on contender here at North Wilkesboro. But now, Adam, it's really anybody's game as they end with Keith Bradley in the 29s up there. Stephen Thomas, though. You know, we mentioned about names that have been lingering inside the top 5. The 23 has quietly been up there all night long, Adam.
Oh, yes, the 23 Thomas has been up here within the top 2 for most of the night tonight.
Come around into 3 and 4 here. Pace lights are off of the base truck. A few names that are quietly climbing up here that we may have not mentioned here that may be contenders. Justin looking at 18, 15 spots. Blake looking up 11. Here we go. The animal eats again as he takes that green flag into corner number 1. As he's going to fan it out there for a second. Battle for third rages on. Noah's receiver. Keep it clean here down the backstretch as now we're into the teens. 16 laps to go here into 3 and 4. Keith Bradley in the 29 takes us down the front stretch here as things get a little dicey, a little tight there around 3 and 4. Caution is out once again. Must have a pile up there on the tail end of the grid. Check out this replay here in the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. Jose Luis Rivera in that 20. You also see CJ Fonda there. Nope, that's just going to be all the 20. It's going to turn that truck into a Lucas Pro off-road truck there. Hit a little bit of patch of grass. Going to send that thing like a Easter bunny there, hippity-hoppity, his way back up on the racetrack. And unfortunately, he's going to collect some guys on that top side once again who really had nothing to do with it there, Adam. But unfortunately, their nights might be over.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Chris Blanchard's night's going to be over after this one.
You see Robbie Richards in the 48 right in front of him. Oh, man. And the heartbreak continues. Adam, I think every time we get a contender in this race, or drivers that we think might have a shot, their nights just go from bad to worse and then over for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, I'm thinking some of these drivers are hoping that we don't mention them on the broadcast tonight.
Right, but a little bit of the commentator's curse on them, Adam, as we're under caution flag once again. You know, we just spoke about it not too long ago. The 23 is Stephen Thomas has been the guy here tonight. Riley inside the top 5, top 3, as you said, Adam. Let's see if we can catch up with him real quick here. It's going to be a quick one here at North Wilkesboro. But Stephen Thomas, that 23, we got you up here on the radio in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, my man, we'll get you quick here. I know how fast you go around here at North Wilkesboro. This is the All-Star race. You have been a driver inside the top 5 all night long here. What's it going to be to get it done here to get that checkered flag?
Really tough race to get to. He came, I don't know if you guys realize it, but he came from dead last to up here to first, from stage 1 to stage 3. So, I mean, it's going to be tough to beat him, but I'm going to do everything in my power to get it done because I do have a fast truck here tonight for sure.
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate it. Steven, we'll let you go. We'll let you get back to it. Here's where we're going to go. Green flag racing. Good luck the rest of the way, my man.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir. That's a quick word out of Stephen Thomas, that 23 machine, Adam, and I think you're going to watch out for that 23 here later on. See if that 23 can close that, maybe take that checkered flag.
But like you said, though, that 29 seems to be on fire. I did not realize that Keith Bradley came from the back of the field.
Yeah, right there as we get Steven back on his team radio. The 23 machine, Stephen Thomas, going to start to the inside of Keith Riley at 29. He just spoke about how that's going to be the most difficult aspect of tonight's race, as the 23 is going to ride that inside lane. So we'll kind of restart. He gets here as we're going to go great flag racing here once again. The Triple Ed Bull Truck Series All-Star Race. And the 29, big rocket restart there. Nobody follows, though, as we've seen that all night long. Restart, get a jump there. Won't catch you though. Here's things get a little piled up there off of 2. Look at fanned out there. Joey Dew set there trying to put the pressure on the 23 as things are getting crazy with 10 laps to go.
Oh, they most definitely are getting crazy as we get down here into turns 1 and 2. There's the 23 in second position. Joey just set there in third.
Lap time, Stephen Thomas just ran a 19.57. Keith Bradley ran a 19.53. So we're looking at that lap time difference right now with 8 laps to go. I think if Stephen Thomas can keep these laps clean and consistent, he can have the slightest of chances here tonight. Although Adam, the second place finish with that 23 would be exactly what he'd worked for all night long here tonight. Very consistent. Now we jump back to the tail end of this grid right now. We look at some drivers that would have gone better. Look at Chris Simon right there in the 14th position. Jose Luis Rivera. Definitely one of those drivers on here, so could have been a contender. But now in the 13th position, down 11 spots from top of the green flag. Here with 7 laps to go. Each driver is trying to jockey their way to a better finishing position. Now with 6 laps to go here in this All-Star race.
6 laps to go, and that 23 is trying to bite at that back door of the 29 of Keith Bradley, who's looked strong all night. Coming from the rear of the pack, from what I understand there after our talk with Stephen Thomas there on the radio.
Stephen Thomas, we just spoke with him, got a quick word in there under caution. It's very quick here at North Wilkesboro. I know how the drivers like to get back on their team chats. Didn't seem to affect the 23 too much right now, as that gap the 29 built on that restart has now closed. Right now we're gonna make it closing down with 4 laps to go into 1 and 2. Keith Bradley, the animal, is trying to eat up the checkered flag here tonight in the All-Star race. Down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Stephen Thomas is in second. Joey Doucette has been a human magnet here tonight. Everybody's been bouncing off of him, but he has been solid right here tonight inside the podium now with 3 laps to go. Throw up those 3s. Rest in peace to Dale Earnhardt, because we are close to our All-Star race champion down to 3 and 4 here.
I think the tires are starting to go a little bit. Oh no, and we have a yellow flag out.
Yellow flag is officially out here at North Wilkesboro. I believe, Adam, I don't know if that puts us into an overtime situation, but I guess we're going to re-rack them with 3 laps to go. Look here, this is some drivers that are just having a rough night. See Rod Richards in that 48. Showed a lot of promise there to start off stage 2 here tonight. Night's just going to go south as we check out this replay here on the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. Chris Cinnamon there, a driver that won the last race heading into this All-Star break here tonight. He's going to have a rough night. And you know, Adam, as you mentioned, you're not a commentator, you're more so a producer, a wonderful producer here at Nazareth. And do you think maybe a bad performance here tonight could affect some of these drivers heading back into those points races next week?
If they let it get to them. I mean, that's the biggest thing is you need to kind of put the All-Star race behind you, especially since it's not for points or anything. Just kind of, if you had a bad night tonight, kind of put it behind you and jump back on it for next week.
Yeah, and I think one of the things, it was very interesting to get behind the wheel of a car last night, to feel a race, feel what these drivers go through. And I gotta say, Adam, it's a mindset as well. It gets to you, even though I was told to park it, which it was all, of course, granted, I wasn't keeping up to speed. But you sit in that race car and you're like, oh man, I wish I could finish. Even though I wasn't racing up to speed, I was wrecking almost every other corner. You want to get to the finish of these races. So even though you'll see some pit strategy, you'll see moves on the racetrack, for a lot of these drivers too, Adam, stuff that you don't see is that mental aspect of each race.
Oh yeah, there is definitely a lot of mental play that goes on between strategies, and just keeping yourself motivated enough. And I know I've gone down a slump myself a few times going through some of these races to where you have the luck of Raul Meza, and it happens every week, at least at some point. I know last week I was trying to run the 410s the 305s at Bristol, and I couldn't finish a race. Every race I was in, I'd get put into the wall and end up on my lid. So I mean, it definitely takes a mental aspect and to keep getting on the horse per se and keep racing.
Yeah, it's very difficult here, and I learned firsthand last night. It's not just something that you could pick up and think you can do it, Adam. This definitely takes some skill. Not that I didn't think there was any skill involved, Adam, but I know that this is the closest thing to a racing simulator that you'll ever find. These are just the few factors that I faced last night. Back to this all-star race here, the Triple M Pulling Truck Series. We want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight to this Fast Friday here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. We've had a crazy race here with early on contenders. Now out of this race, we have one guy who's been a lingerer inside the top 5, Stephen Thomas in that 23. He'll restart to the inside of Keith Bradley here with 3 laps to go. There goes the animal. Across the start finish line, down into 1, as we have 2 laps to go here in this all-star race.
2 laps to go. Keith Bradley out front, but that 23 of Stephen Thomas is not going to go quietly as we head down here into turn 3 and 4, coming around for the 1 to go signal, I think, this time by.
1 to go right now as Stephen Thomas is knocking on that door. He's trying to get around the animal on the 29 and Keith Bradley. There he goes to the inside. He found that window of opportunity. He shoots down the backstretch. Stephen Thomas, a new race leader, the 29. Dive bombs into 3 and 4. He sends the 23 up the track. We're going to have a photo finish at the line. It's going to be 23. Stephen Thomas winning the All-Star race here, the Triple M Pulling Truck Series.
That 23 definitely gave it one heck of a run coming through that last lap. Keith Bradley coming away with 2nd position though, but not by laying down and just kind of letting him roll by. He definitely gave him a run there at the end.
Oh my goodness, Adam, I wish we could rewind it here maybe after Stephen Thomas in the 23 burns down those Goodyear Eagles here at North Wilkesboro. I love how the grandstands are here, Adam. You're almost on top of the racetrack. You get that, front hand point of view. I'm not liking these new setups to where the fans are actually taken away from the action. Of course, there's safety and everything involved to being close to the action, but you love to see and you love to smell Stephen Thomas burning it down here in this all-star race. We talked about it here throughout this broadcast, Adam. This could be the thing that lights the fire underneath the 23.
It very well could be. Just as long as, he's burning it down here. Let's hope he don't burn it down quite like the winner of the actual truck series last weekend.
That's true. As now, maybe we could check out that last lap, Adam, because there was a few things that we could touch on there. We saw a driver skill out of the 23 of Stephen Thomas. We saw also Keith Bradley make moves there at the end, and what that almost gave us was that photo finish at the end that we love to see as we're here. This is the very last lap. The 29 is going to take that white flag. You see the 9 right there, or that's the 23, similar paint scheme. See the 23 is going to use that excellent move right there, Adam, off off of 2, use that air, get up to the lead, had to check up huge into 3 and 4 from that run off of 2. The 29 knows that sends him up the track, tries to move in out of the way. That gives us our photo finish at the end with this 23 of Stephen Thomas just having just enough momentum left to get that checkered flag out of just numerous racing moves there in just the smallest amounts of times from both drivers. We love to see it here.
Makes for an exciting finish whenever those drivers do create a last lap like that. It always is exciting to see, especially on these short tracks.
Oh my goodness, as they're pulling all the tricks out of the books here tonight. We'll run through that official finishing results here tonight as we see the 23 of Stephen Thomas burning it down. He'll win here in the All-Star race. Keith Bradley in 29 finishes second. Justin Lumpkin up 15 spots from the drop of the green flag, finishes third. Joey Doucette in the 16 finishes fourth. Jacob Klinkart in the 5, good finish here tonight, finishes fifth. Derek Klingor in that 11 worked his way back up inside the top 10, finishes 6th, up 17 spots from the drop of the green flag. Looks to be our Hard Charger Award winner here tonight. In 7th, we have Blake Lothian in that 43. In 8th, Michael McKinnon in the 13. 9th, we have CJ Fonda in that 53. 10th, we have Robbie Richards in that 48. 11th, we have Cody Knott in the 26 machine. 12th, we have Chris Cinnamon in that 3. He's going to finish 12th. Daniel Shepard in that 45. After early damage here, going to finish 13th. Ed Osborne in that 42 is going to finish 14th. Dan Hagan at 39 is going to finish 15th. Jose Luis Rivera, one of those early contenders, not going to have the finish he wants here tonight, going to finish 16th. Brandon Bloken at 17 is going to finish 17 exactly to match that car number, though, going to be up 7 spots from the drop of the green flag. He'll also be the last car on the lead lap as we get into drivers who had a bit of a rough go here tonight. Huck Whittington in that 00 is going to finish 18th. A few laps down, Eric Zimmerman going to finish 19th, Chris Blanchard 20th, Taylor Peacock 21, Trey Pitts 22nd, Jeff Sickles 23rd, Ron Hunter 24th, and rounding out our last 2 positions on the racetrack, Raul Meza in the 37, 25th, and Zach Hartwick in the 93, 26. But that is our official results here in the Triple M Pulling Truck Series All-Star Race. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back for that post-race recap and an interview with our podium finishers. Welcome back to North Wilkesboro here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. We just saw the conclusion of the All-Star race here in the Triple M Pulling Truck Series, where we saw Stephen Thomas rage on with Keith Bradley, the animal in the 29. We almost had a photo finisher at the line, but it will be the 23 of Stephen Thomas getting the victory here tonight. My name is William Tiller, and here tonight I've been joined by a man doing double duty here tonight. He is providing all the shots and explaining them to you, Mr. Adam Flieger. And Adam, I believe it is time to catch up with our podium finishers here tonight. And first off, it will be Justin Lumpkin in the 18. Take it away, Adam.
I was gonna say, do you want to take away Justin here, and I'll see if I can catch up with Keith?
That we'll see if you can catch that animal. That sounds like a good idea to me, because I'll catch one of the hardest chargers here tonight, Justin Lumpkin in the 18. Justin, I saw you slowly but surely creeping your way up through the grid. I was keeping an eye on you because you were making some moves there. Those lap times and that pit strategy gets you a third place finish here tonight. Take us through your race.
Man, I'm just happy to be up in the top three, to be honest. Not very good here. We didn't have the pace as Steven or Keith, but I've said before the race I was just going to try to keep it clean, survive the wrecks. We got caught up in a wreck, so we had to get it fixed. It was overheating, so we had to get it fixed or it was going to blow up. But yeah, just kept chugging along and caught a break here and there, caught a few good restarts, and got myself up to the front and was able to hold off Joey there for third. And we ran a pretty good race there at the end.
Yeah, 15 spots from the drop of the green flag. I saw that pit strategy there, and you look at the last pit window there was around 156 for you there. So, of course, newer equipment, newer speed on those tires. But, Justin, I wanted to ask you here, and we talked about how it was a non-points race. Was this race more of a fun race for the drivers, or were you guys still scrapping it out here?
I'm pretty sure it got turned into a points race. It was supposed to be an all-star race, and then it got turned into an all-star points race. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Either way, we were all going full blast. It was fun out there. I knew it was going to be tough and beating and banging, but yeah, it was. As far as I know, it was a points race. Yeah, I may be wrong on that.
We'll have to see if it is. It will be a good points tonight for that 18 machine. And just gonna, as we have this break in the Triple M Pulling Truck Series, and you look back on the regular season leading up to this point, what are some of the things that you think that you've done well so far this season, and some of the things that you can work on here with five races to go before those playoff races?
Man, we've been fast all year. We've been up front, and we just seem to make a mistake here and there. You know, I just got to clean up my driving, got to catch a few breaks. Just run my race and don't overdo it. You know, I know I got the speed. Just run my race, and everything will come together at the end.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm looking forward to that points race and next week here in the Triple M Pulling Truck Series. Justin, like I said, when we showed those point standings before tonight's race, I think you're the sleeper here in this series. But like you said, you got to stay clean, you got to stay consistent. But here tonight, in what could be a points race, you finished third. And with that podium finish, Justin, we'd love to give you drivers the opportunity to shout out anybody that you had watching here tonight or any sponsors that put that 18 on the podium.
Oh, yeah. All my friends and family, my mom and dad, they're always watching, all my fans out there. Millie's Landing, A's Lawn and Landscaping, Darren's Nail Gun Repair. Them two have been sponsoring me all year. I'm glad to have them aboard. The Danco for specific funding, the Spachulas, Family Handyman, and Millie's Restaurant and Catering. And then Nazra, Brady, Mike, all them guys that put us together. Blanchard's Towing and Recovery. And you guys here at Nazra 360, y'all do a great job, guys.
Well, we appreciate it. You make it easy for us when you put action like that on the track, working your way up 15 spots from your starting position. Justin Lumpkin finishing third here tonight. Justin, we appreciate you taking the time with us here, my man. We look forward to the rest of the season. We'll see you back here next weekend.
I appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir. That was Justin Lumpkin in at 18. Adam, but I believe you have caught the animal. You've reeled him in somewhere. I know he's a little hot from that finish. The 29 wanted to be in victory lane, but he finishes second here tonight. Take it away, Adam.
Keith Bradley, you got Adam here in the booth?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah, sorry about that. My thing's going all haywire on me. It's putting all kind of numbers where numbers shouldn't be.
Oh, let's see if Adam can work that out. But Keith, while I got you here, we had to really in there as an animal does. You run wild around this racetrack. You worked your way up through the grid here tonight, up 3 spots to the drop of the green flag. You did put in some work, though. It wasn't an easy race. Take us through this race here at North Wilkesboro and what was an all-star race, but it looked like it was a little chippy out there.
Yeah, it was pretty chippy, I would say, but I mean, it was a ton of fun. I think in the first stage, I can't remember exactly what happened, but it sent me all the way to the tail. So I had to dice my way back through the front and or from the back to the front, and it was actually a lot of fun, but also frustrating at the same time. But I'm just glad we kept the truck semi clean till the end. And once we got to the front or into the top five, I realized, we probably got a good hot rod to win this thing. And I got to give a big shout out to Stephen Thomas. We could have really wrecked each other there coming to the checkered, and I think we kept it pretty clean. I think that's probably one of the best finishes in Nazareth in a very long time.
No, it exactly was there, Keith, and not to put too much shot on you two drivers, but I actually had Adam go back on the broadcast here to break down that final lap because both of you pulled out all your stops. We saw, Steven with a good gap move into the corner, use that momentum to get past you there on that backstretch. You used a move into 3 and 4 where you just gently sent the 23 up the racetrack. Didn't affect his line because you both shot out of 4. But it was just that move after move. It was that respect between driver that was really great to see on that final lap.
Yeah, and in all honesty, it seems like there's been a little bit of respect lost between some guys. So it was nice to have a finish like that to show that hey, you can bump and move guys and still be semi respectful about it. I'm just glad Steven really didn't wreck, and it turned out to be a really good finish, I think.
Oh yeah, it was one heck of a race, one heck of a finish. And Keith, we just asked our third place finisher Justin Lunkin this question, and as you have this break in the action here, this 10th week of the season, the Triple M Pulling Truck Series, what are some of the things you're looking back on here leading up to this point that are some of your highlights, and what are some things you can work on here with 5 races to go before the playoffs?
Really, it's just being consistent. I think over the last couple races, I myself have been really really consistent over the last couple races. I mean, I didn't get off to a good start, whether it be getting involved in somebody else's wreck or me making a mistake and taking myself out of the race. Now it's just a matter of finding the momentum, getting into a good groove to make a push into the playoffs and really show that hey, I'm still here.
Yeah, animal is hungry and the animal wants to eat. Keith Bradley, the 29. You finished second here tonight just by the smallest of margins. As you mentioned, put in some work here. But before we let you go, my man, we'd love to give you drivers the opportunity to shout out anybody that you're watching here tonight or any sponsors that put that 29 on the podium.
Yeah, for sure. First off, I just want to give a big prayer out to everybody affected with all the tornadoes going on in the Midwest and in the Little Rock area and all the way up through Illinois, Iowa, and Tennessee. Everybody's praying for them. Hopefully, um, no lives are lost. Then I want to give a big shout out to Adam Flieger. He sent me a message a couple days ago to run a logo for his brother, and it meant a lot to have Adam ask me to do that for him, and hopefully we made his brother happy by putting on a good show. And then, of course, I want to thank my sponsors, Dan's Top Notch Eating Cooling, Abruzzi Raceware, Grant Tactical Hydro Dipping, Over the Top Designs, John Hedrick. He killed it with this Kevin Harvick throwback for North Wilkesboro, Blanchard's Towing, everybody at Mission One, all my teammates, everybody at Nazareth, and you guys. You guys have been killing it every day of the week.
Awesome, Keith. But before we let you go, Adam, did you have anything for Keith Bradley before we let him go celebrate this second place finish?
Yeah, and I want to say is I do want to give a big thank you to you for willing to run that for me. I never got to really know him because, like I sent you in the message, he was born he was born a year before I was born, and he strangled on the cord during birth. So I never got to know him. But I was born a year later on his due date, and you take a look at our baby pictures, we look identical. So I do appreciate you running that for me.
That's awesome. I, it means a lot. One of my son, he was born with the cord wrapped around his neck. So when you sent me the message, it really touched a soft spot. So I couldn't say no.
Thank you so much, Keith, and um, I'll see if I can get something sent your way a little bit.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I got to show my appreciation somehow.
Okay.
As we're all a bit teary-eyed up here in the broadcast booth, Keith, we'll let you go, my man. Great run here tonight. Great way, a great show of class, and a great show of skill there on that final lap between you and Stephen Thomas. Cannot wait to see the rest of the season, Keith. We appreciate it, my man. Have a great night. I'm sure we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks. You guys have a good weekend.
You have
Yes,
a great one
sir.
as well.
And that was Keith Bradley in that 29 machine finishing second here tonight. But Adam, since I may have swooped in there and stolen your interview there with the 29, I believe you were actually down in Victory Lane talking to a man who's very happy here tonight in North Wilkesboro.
Well, I don't mind you stepping on toes. You've done these interviews a little bit more than what I have. I'm normally behind the broadcast booth. But Stephen Thomas, you there?
I am here.
Already. Great win there. That was a great last lap battle between you and Keith Bradley. Neither one of you seemed to want to give that spot up too easily.
No, that spot was first, sir. So that was not going to be gave up too easily.
You had yourself a great running there tonight. You were second, I think, in both stages, if I'm thinking correctly.
No, I actually won. They'll do official review after the race, but I was just watching it with some guys before you pulled me in here. I actually won stage one by a hair against Taylor. Passed him coming out of 4, pretty much just like with Keith, but it was on the inside. And then Robbie won stage 2 by a couple car lengths, and I finished second. So yeah, first, second, and then first. Good night tonight for sure.
Well, with you winning stage one the way you did off of the inside, did Keith Bradley have you a little nervous coming whenever you got to your inside there, off of coming through turns 3 and 4 on the final lap?
Well, I came out of 2 with a heck of a run and pulled out in front of him, and I kind of felt for a second I got this wrapped up, and then I looked in my rear view entering 3, seeing him just diving in. I knew I was going to get hit. So, yeah, I was definitely nervous, man. I gathered up the truck, and as soon as I got traction, I floored it, and luckily held him off on the bottoms. But that was a great race. I mean, it wasn't dirty anywhere by any means. That's what you do last lap, turn 3 and 4. Luckily, I was able to hold on to it and get the victory.
That's one thing you notice a lot of these short tracks is the drivers definitely like to use the bump and run, and it's not always to the benefit of the one that's getting bumped. But you held on to it and had yourself a great finish.
A lot of Richmond laps, So I've been used to that little bump and run on the short tracks. So I was ready for it, man. I'm glad to finally be in victory lane for Friday night series.
Your truck looked great out there. Before I have you thank your sponsors, I didn't know if Will, if you had anything for him or not.
No, Steven, I wanted to ask you here in this all-star race, we're not quite sure if it was a points race, non-points race. How do you feel like this win could maybe boost a little bit of confidence or get that mojo grooving with 5 laps to go before those playoff races?
Oh man, it's flowing pretty hard right now. I won Monday night at Watkins Glen. I've had a lot of top fives the past few weeks, and then another win here tonight. So that's 2 wins, in 1 week. And like you said, moving on to the end of the season, man. Yeah, it's flowing pretty hard right now, man. I hope I can keep it going.
Oh, Adam, I can feel the confidence through the microphone here. The 23 machine might be living up to that number on the side of that truck.
Hey, I got a back-to-back championship to hold up, man. They said that I wouldn't even make the playoffs this season. I'm pretty sure that came from Brady LaBeouf's mouth. Uh, so I'm gonna have to show him what's up this season.
Trying to represent that 23, trying to be like MJ with those back-to-back-to-back championships
Yeah,
here,
now
Stephen
you're talking.
Thomas.
That's why the 23 is on the truck, buddy. That's the whole reason in it.
Well, that's it. But Steven, we'll let you go celebrate that that win. I was gonna say second place finish. You win here tonight, Stephen Thomas, in this all-star race in the Triple M Pulling Truck Series, and can't wait to see that points event next week. Adam, if you want to send him off here tonight, he's gonna go celebrate pretty hard here in North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, celebrate as he should. But Stephen, before you go, you got sponsors you want to thank.
Oh yeah, I got a list of them, man. I want to start by thanking all the people watching and the supporters out there. My grandma watches every race, and a lot of our teammates, family members watch the race. So I want to thank all of them, and then I want to thank my teammates, Adam Newbert, has really helped me this season, man. Me and him going back and forth, back and forth. If you're racing against someone like Adam Newbert every night when you get on iRacing, you really benefit from it. So him, Jeff Sickles, Justin Lumpkin, Blake Lothian, we all finished really well tonight here. I want to thank Millie's Landing, A's Lawn and Landscaping, Darren's Nail Gun and Repair, Ladanko, First Pacific Funding, Roofco Group, the Family Handyman, my main sponsor, Millie's Restaurant and Catering. Those are all the sponsors that help out my teammates and everybody involved there. And then I want to thank all the league sponsors, man. Of course, Nazareth 360 Racing Network and the podcast every Wednesday night. Everybody tune in on that. Triple M Pulling, Paul's Poppers, Hoopty's Garage, Blanchard's Towing and Recovery, Butt Kicker, Stogie's, M1 Race Cars, and Warrior Wraps. And of course, you guys in the broadcast, I want to thank you guys for being here each and every night that we have a Nazareth race. I appreciate it, guys.
Alrighty, well, you enjoy that victory lane there this evening and celebrate that race win here, as we still try to figure out if this was a points or non-points race here at North Wilkesboro.
They were saying it was for the past 2 days. They have been saying it's a points race.
There we go.
And if anybody missed it or whatnot, then it would be taken care of later. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a points race, but it'll be confirmed sooner than later.
Alrighty, well, if it is a points race, it's going to be a big points night
Oh,
indeed for the 23 is Stephen Thomas. But my man, we appreciate it. Go celebrate here on this Friday night, and we'll see you back here next Friday night here in the Triple M Pulling Truck Series.
All right,
Congratulations. That was the 23 of Stephen Thomas, our race winner here tonight, Adam. And what a race it has been. We had early shakers, early favorites, early contenders with the likes of Taylor Peacock in the 81. Looked like he was the man to beat. And then we had some other guys up at the top. And every time we had contenders, Adam, in this race, those contenders would run into a bit of misfortune. Their nights would go bad, worse, and out of these races for a lot of these contenders here tonight. But Stephen Thomas, though, Adam, was a lingerer, a mainstay, and right when it mattered most, held on and wins here tonight.
Yeah, like you were saying, Tyler Peacock definitely had some issues. I think Mother Nature had different plans for him this evening. I know Chris Blanchard, he ran into some issues as well. It's just unfortunate. Some of them drivers that were running up front, like for instance, Jose Luis Loera, he finishes 16th, down 14 spots from the start of this race.
Yeah, that's a shame that some of these drivers here had really good runs going on. And we just spoke to Stephen Thomas in that 23. This could be one of those things that creeps into your mind, whether it was a good night or a bad night, the rest of the way here with 5 races to go in the regular season, the Triple M Pulling Truck Series here. Be sure to stay up to date with all the iRacing action here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Make sure to go like, share, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Make sure you're up to date on our Monday night series, Tuesday series creeping up, Thursday night series, the Over the Top Designs Xfinity series, and then next week we go back to points racing here. Official points racing, who knows, might have been a points event here tonight, but official points racing next Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But for all of us here at the Nazareth 360 Racing Network, myself, William Tiller, the man working double duty here tonight. My hat is off to him here. It was a pleasure him joining me in the booth here tonight, Mr. Adam Flieger, providing all those excellent shots on the racetrack. We want to send a big congratulations once again to Stephen Thomas and that 23 machine. We want to send our appreciation for everybody tuning into this race here tonight. But once again, we hope to catch everybody next Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we go back regular season racing here in the Triple M Pulling Truck Series. We'll see you on the track. Have a great night.